Breaking into finance has never been more competitive. Hundreds of applicants, fewer openings, higher expectations. And if you're aiming for 2026, you can't rely on the old playbook anymore. Degrees alone? Not enough. Generic resumes? They get lost. Even years of experience don't guarantee you a foot in the door. So, what is the fastest way to land a finance job today and make sure your skills stay relevant in the years ahead? In this video, I'll break it down step by step. And if you stick with me until the end, you'll have a roadmap for making finance your career in 2026 and beyond. But first, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss valuable career insights. Let's get into it! The first step in landing a finance job fast is simple, but most people skip it. You need to know which role you're aiming for. Finance isn't a one-size-fits-all field. There are investment banking, corporate finance, FP&A, asset management, private equity, and fintech, each with its own skill requirements and entry points. And here's the key. Not every area is growing at the same pace. Roles at the intersection of data, strategy, and technology are on the rise, such as FP&A, corporate strategy, and fintech analysis. Meanwhile, the more traditional paths, such as banking and equity research, remain competitive but are evolving with the advent of automation. So ask yourself, which path makes sense for me? If speed is your priority, focus on where the demand is. That means targeting roles where companies are hiring aggressively and where your skills can transfer quickly. Once you've chosen your lane, everything else becomes easier. The skills you learn, the projects you build, even the people you network with. Select the proper role first, and you cut months off your job search. All right, once you picked your role, the next step is crystal clear. You need the skills that matter in 2026. And here's the truth. Degrees in theory aren't enough anymore. Employers want to see that you can do the work today. So, what does that mean? First, Excel mastery. It's still the foundation, but it's not just about VLOOKUPs anymore. You need to know pivot tables, Power Query, automation, and how to actually build models that tell a story. Second, data and digital skills. SQL, BI dashboards, and the ability to analyze data at scale. These are no longer nice-to-haves. They're expected. Third, AI tools. By 2026, finance pros who can work effectively with AI, utilizing tools like Copilot, ChatGPT, and automation, will run circles around those who cannot. And finally, soft skills, communication, problem solving, business awareness. These are what turn your analysis into decisions. Here's the key. You don't need to learn everything at once. Focus on the core skills for your chosen role and go deep enough to show proof. Because in 2026, skills are the new currency. Next step, show proof. Employers don't just want resumes full of buzzwords. They want proof. So, how do you show proof fast? First, projects. Build a financial model. Create a dashboard. Analyze a public company and write a short report. These don't need to be official assignments. Self-initiated projects count. And they're powerful in interviews. Second, certifications. Credentials like the CFA, FRM, or even targeted certificates from 365 Financial Analyst show that you've gone beyond theory and invested in building real market-ready skills. Third, a portfolio. Put your projects and certificates together, even if it's just a simple PDF or LinkedIn post. This gives recruiters something tangible to look at, not just promises on paper. Here's the truth. The fastest way to stand out isn't by adding another line to your resume. It's by showing employers what you can do right now. All right, step 4, network smarter, not harder. Here's the truth. Skills and projects will get you noticed, but networking is what gets you hired faster. And no, that doesn't mean spamming hundreds of recruiters with the same message. That rarely works. Start with LinkedIn. Follow analysts, associates, and managers in the roles you want. Comment on their posts. Share your own insights. Become visible before you ever send a message. Then move to direct outreach. Message a few professionals each week, politely, personally, and with purpose. Don't ask for a job. Ask for insight. Something like, I admire your career path in FP&A. What skills would you say matter most for someone trying to break in today? You'll be surprised how many people respond when you show genuine curiosity instead of desperation. And finally, leverage communities. Join finance groups, alumni networks, and even online learning platforms. The more circles you're in, the more opportunities find their way to you. Remember, most finance jobs are landed through referrals. So the faster you build connections, the faster doors begin to open. Now comes the final step, applications. And here's where most candidates waste time. They blast out hundreds of generic resumes and then wonder why nothing happens. But if you want to secure a job quickly, you need to apply strategically. That means targeting roles that match the skills you've already built. Analyst positions, internships, and rotational programs are designed for both entry-level and growth opportunities. It also means customizing your application. Don't just list courses or buzzwords. Highlight your projects, your certifications, and your portfolio. Show evidence that you can already do the work. And finally, apply smarter by combining online applications with referrals. A strong recommendation from someone inside the company can move your resume from the pile to the shortlist instantly. Remember, it's not about sending the most applications. It's about sending the right ones, backed by skills, proof, and strategy. That's how you cut through the noise. So, what's the fastest way to land a job in finance in 2026 and beyond? It's about following a focused strategy. Pick the right role, build the must-have skills, demonstrate your expertise quickly with relevant projects and certifications, network smarter, not harder, and apply strategically to the right roles the right way. Do that, and you'll not only break into finance faster, you'll set yourself up for a career that keeps growing long after 2026. And if you're ready to accelerate that journey, check out 365 Financial Analyst. Our career tracks, practical projects, and certificates are designed to equip you with the skills and credentials necessary to stand out in a crowded market. If this video's helped you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more career insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.